Good afternoon, guys. Wednesday, September 6th. Welcome back to Ruth Farms. It's harvest is getting close. We got the 6620 out, got the corn head on. We got some work to do to get it ready. I'd say we're within 2 weeks anyway of shelling corn. We've got, I pulled two of the snouts off. I've got all new deck plates, which are these pieces here between the rows. The stalk of corn goes up in here. When it gets into these rollers down there, that actually pulls the stalk down. The ear hits the deck plates and it pops off and it goes on up through the combine. And if y'all can tell in the video, there's a wide place right here. That's where the deck plates are wore. So I've got a whole new set for it. So we're going to try to get them replaced here and see what happens. Alright, so I'm not sure what I'm doing. I've never done this. It's going to be a learning experience. I assume we'll have to take this bolt out and that bolt out. And I assume that should, maybe these two bolts, that should give us the deck plate, I hope. So let's see here what happens. It's a 3/4 inch bolt. Got my Milwaukee 1/2 inch impact. These old bolts is rusty. I'll take this whole thing off, I think. This bolt right here has got wore just a little bit. Not sure if that bolt just wore that bad or. Get a hammer, guys. Got my Thor hammer here. Funny story, this is like a cheap Harbor Freight hammerhead. Come with a wood handle, it finally broke. This is the clutch shaft out of my Alice Chalmers WD. You can see the hole there. I welded it on there and that thing's it's a good hammer now. You won't tear that handle up. Little bolt there, about shot, you guys. Alright, so this is our spring tensioner. This is what tensions the header chains here. The chains that actually drag the cob in. I've got some new springs. I don't know how many I'm going to need, but I may try to replace some of them. I know this one don't look the best. I may have to order some more. I get all this stuff oiled up and greased up, make sure everything slides good, make sure all our bearings, looks like that one there might be getting about out. Luckily we don't have a ton of corn to shell, about 25 acres, so I mean, if it's not perfect, there's a spacer I've got to remember goes under that bolt right there. So there is our deck plate. This is our, I guess, like a guide for the roller chains. It's definitely getting some wear, if y'all can see that. I'm not sure what's acceptable and what's not acceptable, but for right now we're mainly just going to do the deck plates themselves. Let me go get the deck plates and I'll be back. Alright, I'm going to get all this stuff cleaned off. I've just got a putty knife to loosen it all up. Got my grinder, I got a wire wheel on it. I'm going to touch it up a little bit. Always wear your protection. eye protection with one of these. We got a neighbor and a good friend of ours that, not sure if it's this exact type of wire wheel, but anyway, he had a bristle sling out of the grinding wheel, hit him in the eye, and he's pretty much blind in that eye now. And he's not much older than I am. I'm not worried about it being pretty, I just don't want it to rust anymore. The only reason I'm doing black is I already had black paint in the toolbox. I probably got some John Deere too, but it's alright. It won't hurt for it to be black. And the other one. Oh yeah. Alright. So this is a real good example of how wore they are. So I've got them butted up pretty much equal. See how much is wore off there? And then you can see this big old gap right here. That don't look like much, guys, but you know, a cob of a ear of corn isn't, you know, maybe an inch thick, whatever it is, you know. So if you're varying, you know, that's probably getting close to a 3/16, quarter of an inch there. If you're varying that much, you know, it's hard to get these deck plates adjusted right. And then if that cob, say this is the cob, if your deck plates are up that big, you're hitting really hard on the actual kernels. And when you hit real hard on those actual kernels, it pops those kernels off. And down here, there's nothing to keep those kernels, you know, in the combine. They just fall off, fall out, fall on the ground, and that's where you get hair loss. At least some hair loss. So what I'm probably gonna do, I think I'm just gonna, if I can get the bolts at like Tractor Supply or something, I think I'm gonna go ahead and replace all the bolts to hold these things on, because, you know, these bolts are in, if that picks up on camera, they're in pretty rough shape. You know, they're getting eat up. About all the lock washers and then, you know, the regular washers are eat up. You know, this header probably wasn't taken the best care of. So I think I'm gonna get all new bolts, and then I won't have to worry about that again. I'm gonna take these units in. Let's see here, this tensioner unit, which is this piece here. It's got a spring in here. I'm probably gonna go ahead and see if I can't replace all of them. If I've got enough, I can't remember how many I bought. I may not have bought but like 4 or 5. If I didn't, I'll go ahead and order a bunch of them. May have to replace some of those rods too, who knows. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then just go ahead and do this right and be done with it. So I'm gonna set you guys up here on time lapse. Y'all can watch me work a little while, and I am not gonna be able to work too much longer. It's getting dark already. My shop light's already come on out here, so stay with it. Taking off my third one, I just had a bolt break off on me. That's the reason I'm gonna replace these bolts. I'll probably have to take and heat that sucker up with a torch, and then maybe wet like a nut or something on it to get it out, but that'll probably be a tomorrow project. Alright guys, it's getting darker on us. I'm hot, sweaty. I got this unit off, you saw me. Got this one off, that one off, and I got half of that unit off. I got to take the end snout off. Still got to do this one and that one. I got to get some parts ordered. I got to get a couple new idlers that go on these. I got a couple of them. I don't remember which one it is. I got at least 2 of them, but they're sloppy, wore out. And then I'm gonna rebuild. I think I'm gonna go ahead and buy the springs. I got 4 of them. These springs that go in here. It's underneath this rod. I know y'all probably can't see it because it's dark. These springs are getting eat out. I might order a couple of them rods too in case the rods are eat up. I got a few of these that are a little slacky. I don't know if I can order anything for them or not. I'm gonna order new bolts and we'll get back, probably work on it tomorrow.